Hello everyone, welcome to Plutus IS. As you guys must have seen that one of the video I have made on the YouTube playlist that for the UPPCS, as we know that Uttar Pradesh Public Service Commission is going to conduct the examination. Most probably the date will be the prelims date will be in the May for the 2026 session. So of course the preparation is very necessary for clearing the examination. So first of all, how to clear, how to prepare, when to prepare, what to prepare. There's so many doubts for sure, right? And before we, of course, we can make so much videos separately, like what to do and when to do, how much time you have left, up till what you have to prepare for the mains and the prelims. There's so many doubts there also. So in that particular series, there's today I'm here going to talk about one of the paper 6. As we know, the scheduled date or the expected date of the UPPSC, Uttar Pradesh Public Service Commission 2026 is May, right? So before the May, of course, at least we have to complete at least the ones, the syllabus of the whole, like not the prelims, but also the mains plus prelims. It's not like I have said this thing various times that this is not the way of preparation, that first you're going to cover the main, second, then after you're going to cover for the prelims. No, that is not what the preparation is going to, right? The preparation, the best way is to prepare to cover the whole syllabus, right? Suppose that if the paper is in a May, so in your January, February, you'll have the enough or the plenty of time to cover your main, so that after clearing your prelims, after qualifying your prelims, you have you have the very limited amount of time to cover the syllabus. So at least to cover the syllabus in that period of time which you have already. I mean, as we know, the notification has not come yet, and so many things we will talk about further as the progress will going to happen from the Public Service Commission of Uttar Pradesh. So here I am going to cover the paper 6. That's on that YouTube series. Today is the first lecture. And today I'll just give the brief introduction about the UP. Hello? So if you see the syllabus, I'll show you the syllabus of the paper 6 also. So if you see the syllabus of paper 6, paper 5 of course majorly your history. In that last video what I have made, I have given the brief introduction about the what the paper 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 like, majorly what they constitute. Like earlier we know that before 2018 something there was an optional also. Now in that prelims, now in that UP Public Service Commission, in the mains there is no optional subject, but the other place of the optional subjects there are the paper 5 and paper 6. Of course, these paper are the very specific. They are the UP specific subjects. That is for the UP specific paper 5 and paper 6. In the paper 5 you are going to talk about the history, and the paper 6 about the geographical, climate, economy and everything, right? So of course this is your first series of the Uttar Pradesh paper 6 lecture, right? So in that first today we'll go the information about what it is constituting, of course, right? So in the paper 6 you are going to talk about the first of all overall the economy of UP. That is your major feature of economy and state budgets, infrastructure, finance, like whatever the economy constitute. So I'm just talking about it, okay? So as soon as the UP budget will come, we will going to cover that economy wala portion completely, solely or thoroughly, whatever you want to say, from the budget portion. Because every year when the budget published, it gives very good introduction, very good information, very holistic information about the UP, where maximum budget has been allocated, what is the total budget, what is the expenditure, this and that, some of the best schemes for the different sectors, right? This is something we are going to, so we are going to cover first thing in your, but from your budget session. Of course, we are going to talk about, from here we are going to talk every topic. Then your trade, commerce, industries of UP, overview of the trade and industrial section of the UP. So UP is one of that state having the major economies based on your agriculture. Of course, we know that, right? But the total India population, like more than 50%, like 55% around India's population is dependent on the agriculture directly, indirectly. And if we talk about the Uttar Pradesh, here also more than 50% of the population dependent on the agriculture sector. So in that economy, the economy here when we are covering the all of the sector. But here specifically when we talking about the trade, commerce and industries of UP, we are now here covering the like interstate trades and whatever the products of the for the foreign markets such as your mangoes, horticulture crops, this and that. Okay, of course related with the schemes and all. Then UP government schemes and project. Of course, we are going to cover the static manner and also with the budget in that current manner. Okay. Next, we are going to talk about investment, resource and skill development initiatives, investment in UP issues and their impact on the state economy. then public finance and the physical policies. This is all about that. GS paper 6 is majorly about the geography and the economy, okay? Then the renewable and the non-renewable energy, demography and population, agriculture, commercialization, right? Then we are going to about the UP new forest policy. We know that forest census, right? One of the topic. So what is a percentage of area covered under the UP's land under the forest? है ना? Then we talk about the forest. There's a different for the classification of the forest, dense forest, very dense forest, normal forest, right? We're going to cover about that also. Then agro and social forestry in UP, then agriculture diversity and the problems, right? Then of course developmental of indices of UP. This is something we are going to start about the geography of the UP, right? Because first section we are going to talk about the first geography. Look, why I'm going to talk about for the geographical distribution or the region of the UP. So economy of any state, any country, any geographical region is majorly dependent on the geographical condition of the economy. Suppose that if I'm saying that geographical region of the middle UP, that is your Gangetic plain, right? It is good for that, like agricultural activities, like most of the crops can be grown here. So what can be the major economic production from there? What can be the major economic sector? That is the agriculture products or maybe the food processing industries. Then we relate to the trade and economic sector, you know. Then accordingly we will talk about, such as if you talk about that your eastern UP or the Bundelkhand region, which type of crops can be grown here. Then if we talk about the western UP, that is your Delhi NCR Wala region, there's a majorly economy, the service sector, right? So first we need to cover the geographical aspect of the UP, such as if we talk about that upper north Wala region, right? Saharanpur and all. This is the majorly horticulture crops. Like mango is one of that area, like Bareilly, Raebareli, Saharanpur. वहाँ पे आपका क्या है mango. So accordingly we will talk about that economic prospect of the UP. Okay? What are the major regions? Suppose that if we're talking about that eastern part. So eastern part we talk about that Mirzapur, Sonbhadra. Here so much tourist prospect can be developed, right? Suppose that we talk about the Belan Valley in the Mirzapur, है ना? This has not been progressed yet, but that's what the UP paper 6 is for, right? What can be the economic aspect? What can be the geographical aspect? So you can do the sustainable developmental growth, right? According to the basis of your climate, how can you prospect? How can you enhance the economic growth or the development of the region, right? That is something we are going to talk about first, about the geography of UP. In that geography of UP, what we are going to talk about? The geographical location, relief and structure, climate, irrigation, minerals, drainage system, and vegetation of the state. Okay. Here, National Park and Wildlife Sanctuary. Ke baad, of course, we are going to talk about majorly National Park and Wildlife Sanctuary. Then you will be also covered in that Ramsar site because this is one of the important aspect of that. Then transport network in UP, है ना? Then power resources and industrial development of UP. And the pollution and environmental sector, of course. This is almost your, you can consider like that. According to the basis of the UPSC paper 1 ka half, that geography portion, and then GS paper 3 ka half, that is the economy portion. That's we are going to cover in that paper 6. Natural resources of UP for soil, water, air, forest, grassland, and wetland. So when we are going to talk about the geographical region, so we are going to talk about that. What are the sector? What are the major geographical distribution of Uttar Pradesh? Accordingly, of course, we are going to cover about that soil, you know, then water, the groundwater. Then when we talk about the irrigation, then we talk about that. What is the major portion? What is the major portion of the UP is covered? Which kind of irrigation, right? That is something we are going to talk about. Grassland, of course, accordingly, you know. When we talk about that type of soil there, so which kind of soil is good for the agricultural crops or all the types of crops, or maybe the water extensive crop. Then we talk about the Bundelkhand region, millet production is majorly favored here because of that topography and something like that. So we'll cover the holistic chapter, topic, units, syllabus, which will be going to interconnect with each other, because now the question doesn't come, now the questions do not come like that. Okay, what is the economy of UP? If suppose that there's something kind of UP budget scheme has been published, so that particular scheme, how many and that whatever the sector, whatever the dimension, that particular scheme is benefiting to the population of UP, है ना? Not even the population, but the agriculture sector, but the environment and everything. That's how we are going to cover about that holistic chapters, holistic units of the UP paper 6. Okay, sure. So before than that, okay, climate change and weather forecasting, habitat ecosystem. This is the whole. Actually, what it is. This is your in that syllabus, in that unit, in that PPT. Actually, you can just pause it and you can also see that what is the syllabus mentioned in your UP paper 6. and everything is about science and technology. Suppose that here we are going to talk about the defense sector, right? Defense sector, what is the current progress and what are the challenges of that? What are the defense corridor? Connect with that science and technology with that economic development, right? What are the challenge? What are the, like there are your Lucknow. Lucknow has so many research centers, CSIR, CDRI, and CDC and all. So what are the more things need to do? How this kind of labs or the CSI or something need to provide that, need to help in economic development, such as your Ganga Action Plan, you know, done by completely by the IIT Kanpur. Here you're connecting with the Ganga Action Plan with the pollution, impact on the population, ecological development, evolutionary significance, and sorry, ecological development, then economic significance. So many things you are going to talk about in that one topic only. Okay. Then okay, so this is a kind of aquaculture, viticulture, sericulture, floriculture, horticulture, and arboriculture. So when we are going to talk about the soil, of course, the different soil there are. So we will going to cover the horticulture. Suppose that some of the area where the sericulture is very prominent, or some of the area where the pisciculture may be the prominent. Okay, such kind of thing. This is all about the economy, but at the same time it is also about the geographical region. Suppose that if there is no water, how can you grow the fish? And something artificial. Like you must have seen this kind of development is supported by the government also. Suppose that the land is not that much fertile, so you can just do that, the pisciculture kind of things, right? So that is also not only the economy, but connecting with the economy with the geographical aspect of that area. Okay, this is something we are going to talk about. PPP, of course. Okay, so before starting of that, this is like as we have seen, today we are going to talk about the geographical distribution of Uttar Pradesh. For the geographical distribution of Uttar Pradesh, we must know that what are the geographical areas of that UP. Okay, majorly your geographical distribution of Uttar Pradesh is divided into 3 regions. Okay, what are the 3 regions? This is the upper one, that is your north area, the middle one, and the lower one. Upper one is your Bhabar and Tarai region. That is your having the big boulders kind of thing, right? Then your Gangetic Plains. Gangetic Plains, when we talk about that, Khadar and Bhagar. Bhabar and Tarai, that is upper one. Then we talk about that. This is the majorly plain which is very fertile. Here, of course, we are not elaborating. I am just giving you a little bit introduction of all these things. Then your Gangetic Plain. Gangetic Plain is specifically, it is made up of the fertile land. That means agricultural activities are very prominent in this area, right? So, and the third one is the Bundelkhand Plateaus. Bundelkhand Plateaus में आपका south like Lalitpur, Banda, Mahoba, right? This of the area, and here the Vindhyachal ranges go into that region. That is your Mirzapur, a little bit Prayagraj, then Sonbhadra. These kind of area which is not very good for fertile, but yes, of course, there are little bit agricultural activities occur, such as if we talk about the Bundelkhand region. So Bundelkhand region is specifically famous for that millet, an international year of course, millet is one of the agriculture products which is promoting by the government of India because of its so many economic benefits. Then here you can also connect with that poverty problem and that nutrition problem, right? Then how this area is something can be supported in the economic and the social growth of the country. So majorly your Uttar Pradesh has been divided into 3 regions. Okay. So what are the regions? The upper one is your Bhabar and Tarai. Bhabar and Tarai region having the big boulders. The second one is your Gangetic Plains. The second one is your Gangetic Plains, and the third one is your Bundelkhand Plateau. Sorry. The third one is your Bundelkhand Plateau. Okay, that's all the geographical distribution. Geographical on the basis of climate has been divided the UP. Of course, if this is just normal, if we talk about that, whatever, like this is the introduction, so I'm not going to talk about the very elaborative form that what are the states connecting the Uttarakhand and Haryana, then Rajasthan, then this is the international boundary connecting the Nepal. Like you can see, this is the area. Okay, then your Madhya Pradesh, then your Sonbhadra district is one of that district which is connected with 3 states. That is your 4th state actually. That is your MP, Jharkhand, and the Bihar, Chhattisgarh region. Okay. Then here we talk about, of course, this is something we can see the comparison of the physiography, but here I want to show that of that region. If you guys can see this, that geographical distribution. If you talk about here, so this is the region, This is the region is your Bhabar and Tarai one. Okay. Then this is the area having the Gangetic Plains, and this is your Bundelkhand region. Okay, that's how you distribute not only the basis of that physiography map, but also the district-wide map. If we talk about the location of the UP, first of all, that is one of the very important topic. Okay, so before starting, first of all, we need to know what is the location of UP. So UP is located, of course, location of UP in the latitude and the longitude. So in the latitude 23 degree and 52 minute north to 30 degree and 24 minute north. That is your the latitudes. ठीक है. Then your longitude में आपका आता है 77 degree 03 minute east to 84 degree 39 minute east. That is your longitude. That is your longitude. Okay. Total area is your is 2,40,928 square kilometer. Okay. This is something the very factual thing of the UP. Before starting even that, you need to know that what is the location of the UP. है ना? So if we simply say that in that sense, that is your location from that east to west, right? That is your east. Like suppose that how we are distributing it. Suppose that, right? Okay, this is also the Lalitpur Banda. This is the area completely in that MP wala region. Okay. So in what sense we are saying that this is your latitudes. So latitude is from here 23 and 34, and this is your longitude. That means east. Okay. And then we talk about that length from the east to west. Of course, if we see that map, what do you think? The length from east to west is maximum or north to south is maximum? Which length is maximum? Of course, this is one of your question, right? So if you talk about here, so I think we need to do that. Total length of UP from east to west is your 650 kilometers. That is our, what is your easternmost district? That is your Balia, right? And from north to south, this is around 240 kilometers. 240 kilometers. If you want to see in that map, that is from Balia to that Gautam Buddha Nagar. That is your east to west 650 kilometers. है ना? From north, that is northernmost is your Saharanpur, है ना? And southernmost is your Lalitpur. Suppose that. This is your 250 kilometers. ठीक है? In the next slide, in the next chapter, of course this is already have mentioned, but it is mentioned in a very short region. Suppose that if we talk about that regions, है ना? So as we have talked about that Bhabar and north, this is not exactly Bhabar and Sarai region. So suppose that if we talk about that further distribution, है ना? This distribution is actually done on the basis of that not only the climate also, but also the geographical topography. है ना? Suppose that if we talk about that, this is also one of the portion of your lower Himalayas, right? That means here the big boulders are found, right? Where what is one of the characteristics of that big boulders? That rivers get submerged in the places, and after some distance they get re-immersed because of the very big boulders are there, because it is a very it is one of the lower Himalayas region. Okay? Then this is the region, actually this is something like that, John, but this is not a region a little bit. This is a region every year the Himalayan rivers such as your Gangetic Plains, that is your Ganga and Yamuna, है ना? So यहाँ पे what happens यहाँ पे every year because of that erosional and inundational activities of the Himalayas with that very fast flowing the river, that is your Ganga and Yamuna, every year this particular area the fertile become more fertile because of that new fertile plain created by that erosional sediments of the Himalayan river. Okay? Then this is about that Bundelkhand plateau, that is a little bit more topography. यहाँ पे आपका actually a little bit reference of that Gangetic plain का end of that and Bundelkhand, because it is a little bit back. So here the topography is little bit different. So in that next class we are going to talk about separately, है ना, what are the districts here, what is the northernmost, what is the southernmost. Of course you guys can see, and I'll try to upload that more clear video to show that what are the northernmost and what is the I'll also try to remember the same moment of time to like what are the national, what are the districts which are connected with the national boundaries and with some kind of stress. Okay, I think the first, this is a kind of introduction which how we are going to prepare for the paper 6. Whatever the syllabus has been mentioned in your syllabus, what are the topics have been mentioned in your syllabus in the paper 6, we are going to talk, we are going to cover of each of the topic in the one by one video lecture series. Thank you guys. Thank you.